So for those of you on YouTube that are watching, I just finished up my daily chores, and I know that I've got a little bit left to do. There's going to be some weeding that has to be done on that last field down in the holler down yonder, uh, down by the river there. My big soybean field is going to need. Ah, there we go. And I think the weeder is in the other garage. Maybe not though. No, wait. I'm going to look in here. My foot is doing well. Thank you for asking, Darth Specter. Ankle's a little sore still, but it's doing better. Should be able to go back to work on Monday, no problem. But I twisted it real good. Oh, okay, Cameo, yeah. Suck it up. All right, we're going to head down to the river and get this field scratched up. Go kill some weeds. All right, time to do the sweeter. I should probably have turned the GPS on. Let's go ahead and might be late now, but there we go. Boop boop. Boop doop. Oh yeah, and I would think this would actually, unfortunately, probably destroy the crops. I'm running the big wheels, but I forgot when you have the like fresh crops or just like first stage growth, they don't get torn up by your wheels. So it's a bit of a saving grace there. Yeah, it was crazy. We were watching it. We watched the whole thing on Ryan Hall, y'all. Great Weather Channel. But yeah, he was covering it, and we watched the whole madness unfold. And it happened quick. It wasn't like, usually they're like, "Oh, this might turn into a tornado." Like we're watching this. It was like, "Wait a minute, what is this? Oh God, this is going to be huge." And he was like, "I think that," and all of a sudden he's like, "Oh no, look at this debris!" Like it was like it happened so fast, and that's probably why people died because it was like it wasn't. Nobody had time to react. It was on the ground, and it was huge starting with. So I have not. I'd like to play it again soon. Um, I'm waiting for them to hopefully make some big progress, and then I'll try it again. Same with Ships at Sea. I haven't played that much either. I've been wanting to play it. I mean, literally, there was no warning. It was like the warning was there's a tornado on the ground. Um, the nearest town got maybe about a 5 minute warning, and Noah dropped the ball and did not. They didn't call it until it was already almost into the town. Yeah, that's why I want to try Ships at Sea again. So, okay, Cameo. Yeah, that's coming soon because I need to reinstall it. I had it installed for a hot minute, but then I took it off because I was running out of hard drive space. Once I get my computer here in the next couple of weeks, hopefully, as long as things settle down and I get a second job or some sort of second income coming in here, I am going to set up a studio in here, and then I'll be able to do. I'll have my old computer hooked up, and I'll have all my stuff. So that computer has like 7 or 8 terabytes of hard drive space, so I can put as many darn games on there as I want and not have any problems. So I'm hoping to get back to that computer, the big screen, so I'm not making mistakes like streams with black screens and stuff like that. So, so yeah, there was an issue, and they didn't. They got the sirens didn't go off for anything in a lot of the places. There was some sort of problem, and so people were having to call relatives and stuff. Um, so it was a real bad situation. Now, by the time it hit the place where it did the worst damage, I think was like London, Kentucky, and they did have about 10 minutes warning or 15 minutes warning to get inside because it was that by then it had been on the ground for a while, but it ripped that place up too. And then there were tornadoes that came in behind it, so like following the same path. So it was a nightmare situation. And I don't know what the official number is, but I know they said, I believe the last I heard there was definitely over 20 people that died. So yeah, that's how we are too, especially because we have to decide to flee. If because we don't have anywhere to go, so it's like if we see something bad coming, we abandon ship. Hop on the skiff and paddle out of here. All right, folks, we'll be back watching on YouTube. All right, so everything's put away, and we're ready to go to the next month. It's kind of time to just kind of fly through. I just need to double check and make sure that everything looks good here. And so we'll check out the farm. And 95, yeah, that's all good. I didn't roll it because I'm an idiot. All right, folks, I'm going to take a 2-minute break here and make myself some coffee because I'm getting a little drowsy. I'll be right back. And so we're just flying through this year. If you're watching on YouTube, it is July. And our oats are up for harvest already. Now, I can see that the soybeans are not. They probably won't be done until, I think, like November. But they might get done a little bit earlier. But that's good because I can then replant these fields with grass for a quickie. We're gonna make some grass, and then we can make some more hay for our cows, or whatever we do in the future. Once again, I'm still debating whether I'm going to do goats. Somebody said goats are a lot more profitable. So I don't know. We'll see if that's true or not. But this is going to make a lot of money. So I don't know. I'm debating on what to do with the cows. I'm not sure if we should get rid of them or if we should keep them or whatever. But we will get the harvest done. I'm going to go ahead and finish up the morning chores for those of you on YouTube. And I will catch back up with you and see you once we're ready to do some harvesting. All right. So today is going to be harvest day. We're going to use our lovely International Hydro. Great tractor. It really is. And by the way, if you want to support the channel, don't forget to buy me a coffee. That's what that little sign is in the bottom there. It's got the link in the description. If you want to join us on Twitch, we'd love to have you. That link is also in the description. Let's go ahead and get out there and get our stuff put together. That's why I bought this tractor, for the day-to-day lightweight. It's meant for shunting things around rather than heavy-duty work. Did I do that? Apparently, I pulled the harvester in using the harvester header using the Massey combine. Don't turn on me. No, don't do it. Don't do it. I can only turn so far because of the. Okay, that's good. That'll work. This guy's just going to park over here for now because he's just going to do the easy stuff of collecting. Easy peasy. And from what people have told me, you actually get a bonus from on the straw too. So that's pretty cool. So I didn't need this tractor for that. I thought I'd need it for this part, but I don't. So let's go ahead and get this out of here. And I'm going to pick up our trailer for the grain. This should have enough horsepower to pull the wagon. Oh yeah. I'm actually, no. What I do is I have, well, for a while I had these cool little stands that my friend made from work, but the dogs ate them yesterday, so I don't have those anymore. He's going to print me some more. He's like a 3D printer maniac. Anyway, I use a Lego underneath, like a large kid's Duplo Lego underneath the laptop to hold it up. And then I have a big, like, fan just blowing on it, blowing air underneath the laptop. So it's got real good airflow underneath there. Honestly, better than, I've had some really good laptop coolers, but they don't do as well as this does. So eventually I'd like to get one of those because they're just neat and tidy. But like I said, I'm hoping sooner than later that I'm going to be going back to using my studio computer, so then I won't even really have to worry about it because I'll just be using a larger computer. Let's go ahead and get this out there, and I think I'm just going to do this by hand because I need to start on the other end, I think. Can I get through here? The problem is getting throughage, and that's not going to work on either of these, so I'm going to go this way. Scooch down to this end of the field. And we're just going to go straight across. Oh boy. This is really hard to find a spot to start this. Maybe we'll fit in through this way. Let's see. Looking for a space to squeeze my little header. It's my place in this world. I think I probably realistically should have just... I'm killing the crop. No. Okay. I should have just dragged the header to where I was going to go, and then... Oh, no. Oh. Arthur. Just one of those days. I got a Coke bottle stuck on the end of my tongue. I left my favorite Beatle records out in the sun. It's just one of those days. Let's see. Well, we've killed a lot of crop trying to avoid killing the crop. Yep. And yes, I know it's reversible, but I'm only going like 12 inches with it, so there's no point in reversing it. Nice driving. Oh my goodness. Why is it not picking it up? What the heck? Okay, there we go. That was a lot of work. Next time, just trail it out here on the road. Okay. And off we go. That was fun. And dang it, I missed. There goes my bonus. 20% bonus. Mac down. It's all down. It's all downhill from here. Dag nabbit. I'm just going to run it straight here and we'll make a wider swath on the way back. Well, shoot. I really was in a farming mood tonight. I don't know why. Sometimes I just am like, man, I want to play Farm Simulator. Like, we probably should expand the farm and buy a field. We'll see how much we come in with this year. Usually, I think I make at the end of each year, I'm making about 250. So, but we'll have more this year because of the cows. So I'm almost wondering if we should. I don't know. The goal is to get the debt paid off. At some point, we do need to move to a new farm just for the YouTube side of things. I just love this farm, though. It's my first profitable farm ever. It's the longest I've ever stuck with a farm, too. I hope you guys appreciate that. Usually I'm a farm butterfly. I flit from one farm to another. Trying to keep my viewer numbers up. But I've gotten to the point where I don't care anymore. YouTube has killed me so bad that it doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to do what I want. Which is a good thing, I think. I get to the point where it's like I'm not getting any free stuff from Giants, which is a good thing because I can tell you exactly how I feel. Though, gosh darn it, wouldn't you know it, the products that they've come out with recently have been pretty good. Though I know people that have been playing FS25 on the PlayStation have been super frustrated with it not working. And then, of course, the older Xbox, too. But the PC end of things, it's been working great. There's a dead zone right there. We should probably do some plowing on these fields just to fix that stuff. Nice and easy. All right, we'll be back, folks. I'm going to go ahead and get this done, and I'll see you once I get the harvester out and we're ready to start doing some collection. See you momentarily. Okay, so we are finishing up the last row. That did not take long at all. I still have one more field to do, but I got to wait till next month for that part. So in the meantime, I'm debating whether I should leave the Macdon out for a little bit, or I should probably still put it back away in the thingy, because it's a month. In fact, I'm not sure when soybean comes due. If It may not come due until October or September, but this part's done with. So let's go ahead and unfold. What is it? Control B? Control alternate B? Nope. Control shift B? There we go. Arg. This thing's a little wacky. It is cool that you could do this with this, though. I mean, it is very useful. And this can go in here like this. It's going to stick out. We're gonna have to go around because I didn't get it. I didn't get the angle right. So we're gonna crangle it the right way this time. All right. That should get us enough that we're in all the way. Let's take a look at the back end and see if it's sticking out at all. No, just though. Wow. Okay. And we're going to hop on our harvester. Open up our grain bin. Babe, can I have some milk?
Nope.
No. Time to pick up our stuff. Pick up the goods. And it should be leaving a straw swath. Yes, it is. Okay. Perfect. We're going to get a ton of oats. Make some oatmeal. All right. This is the exciting part. Whee! You know, one of the things I do like about doing it this way is that because the header is a little bit wider, we don't have to run a windrower, so. Somehow I missed that first row, and I'm going to have to go back and do it, but we're going to go around. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get this done, folks. I'll be back in a little bit. Because we're basically windrowing. See you in just a minute. We are going to, I'm almost done loading this up. So I'm gonna say looks like we're gonna get about three loads here out of the whole field, maybe four. Now, oats tend to be a little less dense, so you don't get as much harvest from them as you do like wheat or barley. But they balance that out by giving you like mucho extra bucks for it, so you get less but you get paid more. So yeah, I'll get rid of a bunch of them RP because there's a lot of them I don't use. These are all mods you gave me though. It's not my stuff. I don't use a lot of mods. My mods are all up to date. I checked before I started. Of course, I'm perfect as always. No, I updated them. They're updated. They are up to date. It's okay though. We'll just restart. I'll restart and take most of the mods off because I don't really have that many that I'm actually using. So, okay, that's full. All right, folks. We'll be back. I'm going to continue the harvest. RP is going to join here in a minute and help. So we'll see you guys in just a minute. So I was just commentating that for those of you that missed this on YouTube, the stuff that you've done already ends up being smoother along the top, and the stuff that you haven't done is in blobs. So
that's the technical term, blobs.
Blobs, yes. Uneven blobs of hay. This is fun. I love the fact that we get to use the old harvester, and it's completely...
Yeah, I do like that message.
Because of the Macdon kit, it's a very useful harvester, because you don't really need anything huge. Though, if it could collect...
It's not very realistic, though, because with a swath that wide, you're still taking in just as much crop into the harvester, so you still need a big harvester.
Oh, for the harvest, yeah, because...
Yeah.
You need the horsepower to process
it. Now, FarmSim doesn't care, but yeah, in real life, you would choke that harvester instantly.
Choke it. That'd be me.
You'd have to be doing like a half-mile an hour.
Okay. Oh, so we should probably upgrade our harvester then?
I mean, if you're wanting to be realistic, in FarmSim it doesn't matter.
Dang it. Why do you have to know so much?
Because it's what I do.
Well, if you get those other, if you get that other stuff downloaded, I'll turn the Nexat pack off because I'm not using it.
Nah, that's okay. It's gonna take so long. I'll let you just play tonight, and we'll figure out something for next time.
All right. It's a secret.
What's a secret?
Simone asked Avalon how far from London she was, and she said, "It's a secret."
Oh.
And that's fine. It's just like knowing where we live. It's a secret.
She is a distance between 0 and 1 million kilometers.
Right. Somewhere in Kentucky. Raise that up.
Is there a London in Kentucky?
Yes. Oh yeah.
There's a London in Ontario.
I mean, there's a new London in Ohio. In the Columbus area. And there's many Yorks
Popular
also.
city name.
London, yes. Cleveland too, believe it or not. There's a Cleveland, Tennessee.
Whenever I hear Cleveland, I think of the guy from Family Guy.
Cleveland. Hey, what's his wife's name? Or ex-wife?
Oh, yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, he went through a show, didn't he?
Yeah, what did you say? Yeah, they got divorced. She ran off. So for the rest of the series, he's single. It's like I don't like that very much. I love Cleveland. He's one of my favorite characters.
Yeah. Oh
Such
no, 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 no!
a
Every time he falls out of the bath.
right. Somehow he always falls out of the bathtub. Good lord. So we got our first almost all the way full trailer. My prediction was off. It's only going to be like a trailer and a half. So
Quarter section isn't too bad, Avalon, when it's not filled with kosher weeds because the neighbor summer fallowed it last year and didn't go and spray it, so the kosher was 4 feet tall.
wait, what is okay? So what is his summer? What they summer cultivated it?
Summer fallowed, so he didn't. This neighbor, he only farms half his land every year. The other half he leaves bare. But you're supposed to spray
Right.
when you do that, and
To
he
kill
doesn't.
the weeds. Oh.
So the kosher weeds got to 4 feet tall, and then of course they got to the point they were so tall he had to go mow them,
Oh, jeez.
and then they get buried in dirt, which makes ridges, which makes the field rough. The field was already rough because it had disca ridges all over it. So yeah, I'm glad I'm not doing that one. That quarter section's going to take him 3 days.
Oh. So you got lucky and didn't have to do that one.
Yeah.
So that's nice. We got a nice big tipper full of oats. That'll be worth a lot of money, I think. But honestly, the way that they have things priced now, if you sell at the peak price, you end up with the same amount of money. So if I had grown wheat on the field, even though I'd have a lot more wheat, the price would be the same. Because wheat's like half the price of oats. So I get half as many oats, but I get double the price. So it ends up being the same.
Yeah, they've balanced it all out.
Yeah, they balanced it all out. There really is no. I mean, there are still crops that'll bring you more money, but they usually require a lot more work.
Yeah. Which is not a bad way to do a game, like just
Right.
reward more work with more money.
Sure, and I agree with that. Yeah.
It's not super realistic, but
Right.
it works for a game.
They changed the there.
What are you doing, Vincent?
He's like, well, what?
Anyway, buddy, I'm going to leave you alone. I'll hang up and stream. But,
All right, brother.
yeah, have a good night, man.
Have fun. Do some relaxing. Is there another milk in there?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Right, then otherwise they just grow one crop, right? Was there another milk in there, baby? Or is that okay? All right. I just want to make sure I'm not like using it all up. All right. That's still all they do anyway, is just grow one crop. All right, I'm going to continue harvesting here. Well, now that I know I'm going to have to work on getting a bigger harvest, we'll just leave it. It's fine. Are you going to bed, babe?
I am.
Okay, good night.
Night.
Mommy! Mommy is going to bed. All right, we're going to get the work done. We'll be back. All right, so that's the very last of it was right there. I just had to go like an inch more after the last download or unload. Download. I'm going to download these oats into my trailer at about 744 liters per second. You have to research it, Jay. Those on YouTube don't know what we're talking about. We're talking about the game Farm Manager. You research. One of the things you have to research is what is it called? Irrigation. And once you have your irrigation certificate, then you can pay to put water in. Now, the greenhouses still have to have bugs sprayed and fungus sprayed and stuff like that, but your workers will do that automatically. On Farm Sim, that's different. Yeah, they're just you already have irrigate. You just dump water in it, and they irrigate automatically. But you have to keep putting water in, as you well know. All right, so we're done with the harvest of oats. I got to go put the trailer away. The next step is going to be to get that wheat off the field. I'm just going to probably bale it and set the bales up on the cement pad there, and then we'll sell them when the price is up in the winter. You said ugh, farm manager. Ugh, really? You don't like that game? It's a great game. It really is a fun game. I don't know. It's not much fun to watch though because there's not. It's all like it's like watching somebody play SimCity. Though that can be fun too. It just depends. But I guess I can see it not being too enjoyable. But I thought you guys liked to see that game. But yeah, it's production is a pain. That game's got some weird stuff you got to do to get to different levels. I'm gonna look around and see where goats would fit. Let's take just before we go. Let's take a minute and take a gander at our goat location. Alright, so leave that part there. And I'm going to drive over back behind the chicken pens. My thought would be, like, that's all taken up. I don't want to use any of my field space because, well, obviously, it's field space. No, I didn't know it came out, Jay. Thank you for letting me know. Shoot. That means I'm going to have to cover it. Dang it. I know the demo was out. I didn't realize. When did the game... They never... that was such a sloppy release. Makes me mad. It's like I was supposed to be on that... Anyway, it doesn't matter. I've got the email back. I should be able to see if I can get a free copy, but... no, so when did it come out? I was trying to get up there to get some view, but I can't. So I think what my thought is that depends on what your definition of is. Slick Willie. Famous last words. I'd like to probably remove that dead shed right in front of us and start the pen there and then run it back around behind where the chickens are. And kind of make this area back here, the goat area. Yeah. Okay, so it's an early release. Okay, so it's not out yet. Yeah, so like all this land here, I'd encompass into a goat. I don't know how much of this I own, but I'll take it back as far as I can. And then just squeeze the goats in back here. But I'll put the gate up here where you get into it, and then run it back that way. And we'll put some goats back here, because I don't want to. Like I said, I don't want to get rid of the cows. I'm happy with the cows, and they're gonna make us some big bucks this year. Yes, I'll request a playtest. Yes. Boink. 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 Okay, so this back over here, we boinked our way back. Yeah, we're just gonna keep that the way it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you've had fun tonight watching us as we continue another season. We're kind of flying through this year. I really want to get, to the point where we sell the cows. And our loan is already under $500,000, so we should be able to pay that off pretty quickly, and then we'll move on to the next farm. Once I've got that all paid off, and I feel like the farm is profitable, we'll take a look at the value of the farm, and then we'll apply that to the next farm that we start. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, have a great night. Be sure to subscribe if you really want to help the channel out, and it does really help the channel. Buy us a coffee. Once again, the money that we get from coffee goes to paying for the laptop that I use to record this. It also goes to keeping our internet turned on, because the internet's like $130 a month for us out here. So it helps us keep that stuff running, and your guys' donations really help us, because as you know, we are struggling right now. Hopefully things will get better, but they have been a bit of a struggle. So anyway, have a good night, guys, and I will see you all next time. And we're going to play some Satisfactory tomorrow, so we'll be doing that. Be sure to join the Twitch stream for that, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.